Today's video, we've got ice cream. We've got a whole jar of peanut butter. We've got cupcakes and a family-sized peanut M&Ms. No, we're not eating this today. What am I talking about? What are we doing here? Let's go eat. Welcome to another video. Full day of eating, big cheat day, second birthday cheat day, one of the benefits of having a birthday in the middle of the week. Today we are going to follow right out of the Rocks cookbook cheat day. We have our brioche French toast.
If you smell what the Rock is cooking.
And we have an assortment of bakery items. We got a little birthday cupcake. We got this raspberry cheesecake cupcake. Had to bring back this strawberry thingy from last week. Open-faced cannoli. Couple of coffee cakes here. And then a cheese-filled crumb cake, which if we get to it, we get to it. If we don't, we don't. Either way, we got our peanut butter, we got our Nutella, and we are going to dive right in. So let's see what this brioche French toast is all about. Oh yeah, that hits you right in your good spot right there. Yeah, wow. The Rock knows what he's doing, I'll tell you that. So does everybody else that's done this. I don't think I've ever heard a bad or a complaint about this. But wow, the sweetness of the bread is definitely a game changer. It's amazing. This thing's got some thickness to it. I did a full loaf, but I cut it in thirds instead of halves. It seemed like it would take forever cooking. I was worried about it not cooking through all the way. Oh, excuse me. So I just cut it in thirds this way. It's just easier to cook through. No matter what, you always got to take a little bit for yourself in all of this stuff. We're all just little kids inside. Done with that. I can't believe how amazing that was. Like, I mean, I'm good at cooking some French toast and everything, but that bread is a different game altogether. Let's get into our dessert here. So we got this raspberry cheesecake cupcake. Now for me, and for today, this birthday is all about cupcakes, pizza, and ice cream. That's what we're doing today. But let's get into this. This is a newer bakery. I never tried this place before. Raspberry cheesecake. Hard to go wrong with a cupcake, but that raspberry was nice and sweet. The cake itself is super fresh. And the cream cheese frosting really just, wow, just tops it off. Like, this stuff is not things that I would normally get, but that's what these cheat days are all about. I don't mean normally get like during the week, but just normally get for myself. Like, I wouldn't eat like a raspberry cheesecake cupcake. I just like regular stuff. But it's all about trying new things on these cheat days and like doing things that we don't normally do and finding new and exciting ways to eat. Now that one right there is just a straight up. This is a birthday cake and a cupcake. I guess birthday cake, cupcake. Well, I guess it's the same thing, right? I've never seen one of these before. I asked the lady what this was, and she told me it's an open-faced cannoli, or an open cannoli, or something like that. I mean, a cannoli is just all about the cream, all about like the pastry around it. And of course, you know we gotta do this. We saved the best for last. This was the surprise hit last week. This thing knocked my socks off last week. I thought about this all week long. That is down. Now I'm not gonna go without, if this thing's in front of me, I'm not gonna not eat some of it, you know? Be kind of silly to just let it sit here. Now, if you've never had a cheese-filled crumb cake, you do not know what you're missing out on. Especially when this thing is fresh, it's soft. It's just incredible. That is what these days are all about. Wow. I don't know if you could see that, but we got about, I'd say a quarter, maybe a little bit more than a quarter, but we'll call it a quarter. Done with that. Not gonna fill up too much today or this morning. Have good plans for lunch. We're just gonna order some Domino's for dinner. You know, pizza, ice cream for dinner. Get their little cookie brownie thing as well. It's one of those things like last week we did the pizza, that big pizza, and it was just garbage. It was. So I know Domino's, I know the taste, I know what to expect. So I have something to look forward to. I'd rather do that than try some place that I have no idea and be very disappointed like last week. So that's gonna do it for breakfast. We have calories, boom, up here. We have our macros, boom, right over there. And we are going to go grab some lunch. There's a lot of things this week that I've been craving, like food and I thought maybe for lunch it would be a good idea. So here we have some chicken fingers, we have some mozzarella sticks, we have some onion rings, French fries, 2 burgers, we have steakums, some cheese steak, over here ice cream, cupcake, carrot cake, 2 of these Hostess birthday cakes, and then some birthday cookies here. That's just kind of extra. It's dessert, of course, because what is a meal without dessert? But this is kind of boring. You know, this doesn't scream festivity. This doesn't scream birthday. And we're gonna fix that right now. Now that is a birthday lunch. This is a festive lunch. This is a party lunch. What we have here is we have a cheesesteak sandwich with French fries, onion rings, mozzarella sticks. Over here, we have those 2 hamburgers, cheeseburgers, I should say, with mozzarella sticks, French fries, and chicken fingers. Now, yeah, I should have bought a little extra longer rolls, but hey, we work with what we got. Over here, we have that cupcake thrown in to our milkshake. We have half a gallon of Oreo ice cream in here and another what, 8 ounces or 10 ounces of milk in this bad boy. So altogether, this whole package here, calories look like this, macros over here, and I am gonna get to eat. Woo! Oh, excuse me. Man, that cheesesteak one hit the spot. So I'd love to take credit for this idea, but Rutgers University in New Jersey used to have these grease trucks, they used to call them. They used to set up and they would make all these different, what they would call fat sandwiches. And it would be all these different things mixed in. Be all these different items mixed in like that, all these late night snack items, you know? So, and it's just a wonderful, wonderful pairing. If you ever have a chance, make one of these bad boys yourself. You are not going to be disappointed. On this one, we have mozzarella sticks, chicken fingers, Five Guys Cajun fries, and then 2 Five Guys cheeseburgers. And then I just warmed up some marinara sauce, throw that on there too. It's a pretty hefty sandwich. I mean, you saw the calories on it. It's considerable. Second sandwich is down. Those things are so good, even when you make them at home. When you get them fresh off the truck or off the building though, that's a whole nother feeling. And who'd ever thought to put a cupcake in a milkshake? It's delicious. It's actually tasty. It tastes like little pieces of cake. One other thing, just so we keep a count of our calories. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I had only taken up, well, like a quarter of it this morning. Ended up being a little bit longer between breakfast and workout. Got a little peckish in there. So I went grazing. I ended up having 2 Snickers ice cream bars, which, if you've been watching any of these videos, you know me and the Snickers ice cream are, we've become very close over these last couple of weeks. One might even say best friends. I don't know. But ended up finishing off almost all of that cheesecake, or crumb cake. But we'll see what happens. We're not gonna waste that. That might be later on. And these days aren't, with no challenges going on and none of that, these aren't really about like filling to the brim or testing anything, so it's about eating until we're comfortable, until we're satisfied. These cheat days, I don't think I talked about anything in the last video. I think the last video was just eating, all eating. But these cheat days, like you can eat all of these calories if you're super strict during the week, right? And sort of the basis behind that is the fact that your body gets used to intaking a certain number of calories. If you've ever heard the phrase in dieting or anything like that, any sort of fitness, like you don't get fat in one day, you don't get ripped in one day. This is sort of the same premise, right? Your body cannot take in and digest 10,000, 12,000, 15,000 calories. It just can't. So you end up getting rid of the majority of it. Now the reason cheat days are effective, or even cheat meals are effective for some people. I say some people because it's a huge mental shift. A lot of people, if they have like a cupcake, ice cream, any of that stuff one day, they're going to want it the next day, and it makes their life that much harder. So for people like that, and if you're one of those people, just be honest with yourself. So for people like that, cheat days, cheat meals are something that you probably should not do until you get your relationship with food, your relationship with sugar to a better level. But for other people who can control themselves, and I don't mean that in a negative by any means, because I was one of those people that if I smelled sugar 5 years ago, I'd have been off the rails for 4 days. Just completely, gone. But for people who have that self-control, have that discipline, which really comes down to just getting used to something and creating a lifestyle around it. This is great because a lot of these foods, when you eat super clean, there are a lot of things that you're not getting in your daily diet. And whether you like it or not, like fast food, sugar, baked goods, cakes, ice cream, all that stuff, they do have things in them, nutrients and vitamins. I know you don't really think about ice cream with vitamins, but just the dairy content, things of that nature that your regular diet during the week are lacking. So your body's gonna soak that up, but it can't soak up all of these calories. So you end up getting rid of the majority of them. And as long as you can get right back into it the next day, be strict about it. I find staying away from any sort of sugar source during the week helps me get back to my weight. Now, I actually had to up my calories. I've had clients who've actually had to up their calories when they do this during the week because their body shifts. It's such a shock to the system that their body actually shifts and you start burning more calories, and I don't even want to say more fat because it's hard to tell unless you're taking pictures every day, every other day, that type of thing. Pictures or measurements. So it's definitely a great tactic to use if you can control yourself and if it works for you. Some people do this and they're going to be bloated, they're going to be down in the dumps the next day. Like I've always said, and you'll always hear it on this channel, with everything we do, fitness, business, life is all mental. It's 100% mental. I don't care how many, I don't care what people want to say, abs are built in the kitchen and it's 85% this and 15%. Everything is 100% mental. If you want to do it, you are going to do it. If you want abs, you're going to get abs. If you want to be big and strong, you're going to get big and strong. It's just how long are you willing to wait to get there? Do you have a natural tendency towards it? If not, it's going to take you a lot longer than another guy who picks up their first barbell and they're already deadlifting 315. And you know guys like that, I know guys like that. So we can't compare ourselves to people like that, but as long as you just keep putting in the work, but do you have that mentality to keep putting in the work, to keep grinding, and just keep at it? Because you're going to get better. This stuff works for me because I spent 2 years completely straight, like completely clean, everything. So I built that lifestyle, I built all those habits that I can come in and out of days like this with no problem at all. If you like this kind of content, if you like the eating, if you like the talking about what different functions work, why these things work, why some people can't do it, put down in the comments. We'd like to hear more of this. If you have any suggestions on food items, next week we're going to start getting back into competitions and doing food challenges and stuff. So if you have any ideas for that, put it down in the comments. I want to hear. I want to hear from you guys. Those were some good sandwiches though. Last week we went wrong with the carrot cake. Let's see what this carrot cake cupcake is all about. Yeah, okay. This bake shop knows what they're doing. This is as though the Easter Bunny himself baked this and put all of his magic into one little cupcake. And that is that. Got a little bit more in here. I'll finish that up in a couple of minutes. I gotta let this stuff sit right now. But, great sandwiches. Gonna leave that for later too. Those two and that milkshake. Whew, that caught up to me quick. I'm not looking to get so packed I can't move around today, so. That's gonna do it for lunch. A great lunch. Very happy with that. And let's go get some dinner. Oh, hey, you guys are back. Got a medium Domino's pizza. Got their cookie brownie dessert thing. And that is it. That's going to be dinner. That's going to be our last meal. Might end up having... What the hell are we doing here? That's gonna slide out. Like an amateur. Gonna end up maybe having a couple of like the Snickers ice creams or something like that. Just kinda like to finish my night off with that. One thing I've never ever tried on pizza is ranch. I keep hearing a lot of things about it. Good things. Never tried it though. Definitely changes the flavor up. Gives it a little sweeter taste. So today's been a rough day. I seem like I keep saying that in all these videos, but I'm still getting used to this. Like a higher calorie count. Like today will be in the 13s at least. And that's half this pizza will be in the 13s. Do all that, all of this, over 15,000 today. We're getting more and more each week. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Our weight's pretty much coming down, staying the same each week. So all in all, the experiment seems to be working. I'm enjoying a lot of different foods that I wouldn't normally enjoy. Very happy about that. This just kind of proves like, you know, if you're still with me in this video, comment down below. Comment fitness down below. This just proves like, you just gotta go out and learn this shit on your own. Listening to this person, that person, it's a great start. Don't get me wrong. You gotta start somewhere. But I'm doing this here now for 6 weeks, 6 or 7 weeks. Weight staying the same. Performance is still staying the same. Again, I would have loved to be able to do this while we were in the gym or a gym setting and really see what kind of weights I could push and all that stuff. But that'll come. You know, I got plenty of time. But the only way you learn, the only way you do this stuff is by experience. Because really the stuff that works for you sometimes isn't gonna work for me. It's just that simple. What works for me sometimes isn't gonna work for you. You know, you might not, we talked earlier, you might not have the mentality to do something like this and jump back into your diet. Then it's not gonna work for you. It's just that simple. Got 2 slices left here. Just not feeling the pizza anymore. Might get back to it, might not. I didn't even realize how many calories ranch dressing had in it. Might actually measure that stuff out, keep track. In all of these days, excuse me, in all of these days I never measure out like calories with milk. This morning you saw how much peanut butter I put on everything, how much Nutella. I measured out 2 servings, which is 4 tablespoons. So we probably get a hell of a lot more in there with that. But see now, what would you guys call that right there? I mean, would that be 2 tablespoons? Is that a full serving? Maybe let's say 1 tablespoon? That's an extra 95 calories just in that little glob put on there. I guess it's not little, but. And that is gonna do it for our day of eating. So 5 out of 9 of those squares, 6 out of 8 slices. Pretty good dinner overall. Enough peanut butter to, excuse me, to, I don't know, insert some funny joke there. I kind of ran out. I think I'm on a sugar high. Or a food coma, or however you want to say it. Calories for this meal right here. Macros up there. Tomorrow morning, total calories for the day, along with our aftermath video. And then a couple days after that, a day or 2 after that, we'll see where we sit and how we plan out next week. So, if you enjoyed the video, stay tuned for the aftermath. Hit that like button, subscribe, helps us out, gets our whole experiment out there into the YouTube universe. Put down in the comments anything you kind of want to see. We're gonna start our challenge weeks next week. We're gonna start challenges back and just see what an average guy compares to, or how an average guy compares to these professional eaters. I'm very, very curious. We always kind of think to ourselves, like, we see a video or something, we go, I could do that. I like eating, I could do that. So let's put it to the test. Put down in the comments, you know, what would you like to see? Who would you like to see me go against? And I'll make it happen. Well, let's see what our weigh-in looks like tomorrow. Here we are, 3 days later. Let's get a nice little weigh-in. Right now we are feeling good. Our energy's pretty high. Let's see what we're weighing in at. Woo! 173.5. We are right back to where we were. Slim down. Open that up. Do a little flex, little pose here. Look at this. Look at this bloated tick over here. Whew. Man. 15,000 calories. Feeling good. Energy levels high. That milkshake and those 2 sandwiches almost did me in this weekend. Not gonna lie. But it's completely worth it. Experiment's going great. Let's see if we're already here 3 days later. Let's see what our weight's gonna look like on our next weigh-in and our next cheat day. This is the chronicles of an epic cheat day. I think this was week 6, week 7, and I'm loving every minute of it. Like always, be positive, help each other out, like the video, subscribe to the channel. I'll catch you in the next one.